What up, everyone? Today I'm making a video on a special expedition. I finally found a team that has a very high success rate, as well as is completely free to play, meaning that all units that you can see in this video will be available to you right now via various in-game methods. So you may need to use some LD tickets, you may need to use some 5-star tickets or some Nat 4s that you can get from the monster story. However, all three of those units are easily available at this moment. Of course, if you have used your ticket on another unit, you might not be able to get it, but uh, these units are pretty much the main pick from what's it called? The main pick from the tickets you get, so you should be able to have them, or you should have already chosen them. So for the Wind Special Expedition, of course, since I play Cleave, I will show the video of me playing it as Cleave. But I've tried testing the same team with the other summoners, and I found that they should work with this team as well. So for Cleave, of course, you use the fire element, and that will allow you to get some regen from your skills, meaning that you can survive just a little bit longer through that expedition, as well as do increased damage to the boss. For Kina, I've tested that the fire element performs the best as well. I believe the fire Kina has the attack buff on one of her skills, if I'm not wrong. So the lack of attack buff on the team should definitely be substituted by Kina, and she might actually do way better than Cleave. I feel like Cleave for this dungeon is one of the weakest summoners, since in a lot of cases the boss will target Cleave instead of your other fire tank. And if your Cleave dies, the run instantly fails, whilst the other summoners, since both of them are ranged, the boss will focus the frontline unit first, so even if he dies, you still have a high chance to win the run. So yeah, for Wind Expedition, of course, we're doing level 4, the highest dungeon where you can get the best rewards. And here the 1 second, of course, the runs will be added at the end of the video, a little speed up, since I don't want to bore you while talking about the gear. And first of all, I want to address the runes and the units used. So for my summoner's gear, I've got, I think it's decently upgraded. My Cleave is at 4th Transcendence, but haven't reached level 68 just yet. I used a 5-star, 2-star Awaken Fire Staff at level 9. The rest of my gear, as you can see, is here. So for the shield and the earrings, I believe, they are 6 stars. They are not maxed, but they are powered to level 10. And the rest of the gear, pretty much one of the Mythos was the bracelet, I believe. The bracelet you get from Mythos, and both the necklace and the ring are just from Froggy. Not Froggy, Foggy, whatever it's called. Those two little dog bosses. So yeah, the gear is decently upgraded, at least the first 3, but definitely not something unobtainable at all, and you should get away even with weaker gear, since the summoner will not be the biggest part of the gameplay in this, and monsters will do way more damage for the majority of the run. And yeah, for the summoner, that's it. I do have a few outfits which can boost, so you could have seen the overall stats there. And for the monsters that I've used, the team consists of Helia, also the right next to her, the Fire Lizard Man, and Karambit. So all 3 of these units are easily obtainable. Helia you can get from a light and dark ticket from one of the coupon codes that we have recently get. The Fire Lizard you can get from the monster story, I believe, or you do get him from one of the main story quests, if I'm not wrong. And Karambit you can of course get from Monster Story as well. So all 3 units are easily available. Fire Lizardman is there of course because of the Fire Warrior requirement. You in that dungeon at level 2 or higher, you do need to have a Fire Warrior monster. So Lizardman I found works the best, since first of all, he has high defense, meaning for other summoners than Cleave, he will be the tank unit that receives damage, since the Arachne focuses the unit that has the highest defense, and in most cases he will be the unit with the highest defense, unless you play Cleave. In a lot of cases, for Cleave players, if you have of course upgraded your Cleave quite a bit, your summoner will be the unit with the highest defense, which is unfortunately the case for me, so the boss actually focuses me instead of the Lizardman. But the Lizardman is still useful, since he does have defensive stats and his skill with defense, meaning that if you build him on a defensive build with some crit damage, he will do pretty decent damage as well. I found that he does sort of similar damage to my summoner actually, so definitely not underestimated. Helia is there pretty much for the defense break and damage attack only, so the runes you use on her are not as important. As long as he has high accuracy, you should be good. And for Karambit, of course, a regular speed damage dealer set. I've just upgraded mine and found that my success rate for the dungeon shot way up. I think previously I was running at like 70 or something percent run. With an upgraded set, I've shot way over to like 95% success rate with this team. So yeah, for the Helia, here are her stats. So mostly just accuracy, nothing else really. The rest of the runes are pretty filler, as long as they are upgraded well. For the skills, of course, she is max. She's a 3-star, so she's pretty easy to max. But the only skill you really need to max is the third skill. These can be level 1 and they won't impact the run pretty much at all. Helia is, of course, always run as a soul link unit, since you will need to pretty much spam skill 3 for this run. So in your order settings, make sure to set that when playing order, you only use Soul Link skill 2. I know it's a bit confusing, since they mark the skills as skill 1 and skill 2, while I talk at this as skill 2 and skill 3. But in those order settings, make sure that the monsters never use their first skill and always use their second charge skill. Otherwise, you might be failing a run, since her second skill, second for me, first for the game. Yeah, this skill is pretty useless, so make sure that when ordering, you only use this skill, and you can do so by long clicking the order button, and you will get a pop-up for all of the order settings. And yeah, for the Helia, here are her skills. And Awakening, she's at level 13, however, she does not really do that much damage in the run, so you can leave her at Awakening level 5 or level 9 or whatever which Awakening you have. Mine is skilled up, since I needed some extra power in other dungeons, but I never bothered to reset her, so she's just stuck at level 13 for now. But definitely not needed. As long as you have Awakening level 5, she will be good. And the next monster is Karambit. So here are his stats. I've upgraded him a bit. I've added like 40 crit damage, I've added like 200 attack, and now he definitely performs way better. Yeah, for Karambit, his skills are of course also maxed. They were maxed a long time ago, and I think Karambit is still one of the best options for a lot of dungeon damage dealer teams, apart from people saying that the Dark Cowgirl replaces him a lot. I've tested her out, and I think Karambit is still way better in a lot of dungeons, since first of all, he also ignores defense, not just the beneficial effects. So if you do not have a good setup, he can dish out way more damage compared to Cassie. But yeah, my Karambit has max skills as well. And he has Awakening level 11. Since I only had one Raven dupe, I managed to get him to 11. But even if you do not have dupes, at level 9, the damage should not be that much different. I think you will be losing on like 100, maybe 120 attack on average. So definitely not a huge jump. As long as you have the runes to back it up, you should be good. And the last unit is of course the Fire Lizardman. This guy you get from the story or the monster store, I'm not sure. I know that he's part of the quests and you for sure get him for free. I have him on Rage Guard, so I try to go for a more damage dealer set on him whilst maintaining high defense. So He does have 2700 defense and as well as a crit rate, crit damage build. Sort of, I guess. I didn't go overboard with it. I just wanted him to be tanky. And just to have a unit there, really. I tried testing a few other fire warrior units and I found that the Lizardman does the best damage by far for me, so I've stuck with him. And yeah, for the runes, Rage Guard with these stats, skills are of course maxed. He will be a little harder to max since he's a nat 4, but if you have summoned at least a lot of your free scrolls from all 3 summoners, you should be having quite a bit of dupes for this unit. So even if you do not manage to skill him, make sure to use him, as the damage he deals will not be too much different, and since he is not the top damage dealer, he will still work. You can also explore other Fire Warrior options if you have him, but from the non-nat 5 ones that I've had, I found that the Lizardman is by far the best. And yeah, his skills are maxed, and his awakening is only at level 5. I didn't bother going further either, since as I told you, the damage he deals is not that important. It's there, but it's not too important compared to Karambit, so I didn't really go for those extra few stats in defense and attack. And yeah, I think that's it, and now I'll leave you with the rest of the run, where I do 10 repeat runs. I just quickly recorded them yesterday after swapping some runes around, and I found that the team had a very high success rate. And yeah, there's a video here, but of course I'll leave it with higher quality right here. And other than that, there's soon an update dropping for the Thursday, what is called a content update, where we should be getting the Viva Chill monster story. I'll make sure to cover that. And I'll see you in the next one.
sun, searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has just come. We must never stop the way, yeah. Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping into a life. Life is happy but it's so insane. We must merely make a start. Savannah.